right, make sure you guys get a quad lock so your phone doesn't fly off like this one. Ooh, that's always a scary situation as an EMT, as an ambulance driver. I hate it when people would call us ambulance drivers. But yeah, when we were driving the ambulance, anytime we had to go in traffic, like in head-on traffic to pass people, especially emergency traffic, and we have a blind turn coming up, it's very scary. I never did it. I just waited, which probably pissed off my paramedic. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to kill us both. I don't want to kill us both. So he did a good job straddling the line. This motorcycle rider did an amazing job putting himself in a better position so we don't get hit. This is all he could do. Even if he stops right here and say he was over here and he stops, the ambulance could still hit him. So in this situation, stopping isn't going to save you. Maybe progressively braking, slowing yourself down so that you can move over, because you can buy yourself some time to think a little bit. Because when you're in this life-threatening situation, the epinephrine, the norepinephrine, all that stuff, adrenaline starts pumping through you. You're going to have your vision. You're going to get tunnel vision, and what that's doing is it's restricting a bunch of light. It's really focused on what's ahead, and it's basically slowing things down for you. There's a whole physiological thing that's going on with you, but it actually feels like things are slowing down because it's actually making it to where you don't have to focus on all of this other stuff. You're able to focus on this one thing, and when you have hyper focus, it feels like things slow down. It's like a flow state. You've ever been in a flow state before, and it feels like it's taken like 10 minutes for whatever it is, but it really was only like 2-3 minutes, but you got a lot done. It's because you're really hyper focused on that thing. Good job on this rider. Handled it real well. Do we have another one coming up? Oh, good job with the evasive maneuvers. That's exactly what you want to do, everybody. So he's finding this hazardous situations. There's that uncommon thing in a common situation. We got this vehicle right here coming at us. So uncommon thing in a common situation. So what are we going to do? We can't really just go straight into it. We're going to have to move over into a better position for safety. And he did exactly that, because there's nothing you're going to do. You can fight for it. You can make this person try to swerve around you, but I'm on a motorcycle. I can handle it. I have the skill set. All right, here we go, going through here. We have a intersection coming up. Okay. Intersection, I saw a vehicle go through it. Do we have any, side of the bicyclist. I think we've seen this one also. Not a big deal, we're gonna keep powering through. Keep on powering through. Raven Rider, hey, it's a Prius. Ooh, in that situation, you do wanna accelerate yourself out of there. Okay, so we have this Prius coming out, wasn't paying attention. We're not going to have enough total stopping distance, but he did perceive. He reacted with the horn. What I want you guys doing is perceiving, reacting, but not with a horn. I want you to react with either acceleration, or deceleration. And in this situation, you can't swerve left and you can't swerve right for the most part. You can only really stay in this lane. So you're either going to have to accelerate into an escape path or decelerate really quickly. So right here, accelerate through, because it's a straight line. Not a big deal. Probably trying to go in to this buddy's place. Probably embarrassed. They're going to laugh about it. Lots of traffic. California, we can lane filter and lane split here. But it's not a good spot to do that. We're fighting for this lane. Okay. Fighting for the lane. Not a big deal. I just wouldn't do that. It's got a quad lock. Whoa, wasn't paying attention. When traffic is going this slow, you need to be paying attention up ahead, because people are stopped and you're still traveling. Let's go ahead and watch that at full speed. Look how quick of a head check this is and how dangerous it got. And there we go. So this is why I tell you guys to position yourselves for safety in the first place. So when did we do the head check? Right here, okay? What position are we in? We're right behind the vehicle. So if this vehicle stops, we are going to run into them if we don't stop too. This is why I tell you guys to position for safety, because this is what I do. This is exactly what I do. I'm off to the side in a lane filtering position, because if this person stops, I'm still going to be able to go through here. And when I look up, I'm not going to panic, because it's like, oh, I'm already in my escape path. This is what I'm doing. I'm constantly positioning for safety. There we go. I drew it on the wrong spot. There you go. Constantly in a position for safety. I'm making sure that I'm going to, if something happens, I'm set up for success. I'm set up for success. So being right behind this vehicle, even though he's got a quad lock, being right behind this vehicle, if that person stops and we aren't paying attention, we're going to run into him. If we're off to the side and this person stops, we're going to be next to them. I'd rather be next to them. So put yourself in a good position. That's the whole point of position for safety. All right, we're going through here, going a little wide, slowed it down, got himself back into the lane, but then wasn't set up for this one. So this is something that you can practice, like I said, in the Smart Rider drills. We talk about, friction zone, throttle control, and then also keeping our head moving with the Smart Rider drills, which, by the way, we have the booklet right here. When you buy the booklet, you get cones, or you could get cones. You can get the one with the cones. But whenever you get one of these booklets, you get the digital version too as a download. So you get the digital version and you get the phone-friendly version so you can practice like right away until the booklet actually shows up. So here, though, what that's doing in the booklet and in the Smart Rider drills is that you're constantly having to shift. So think of almost just a figure eight as the most basic thing here, the figure eight. You're going through a turn, you have to switch positions and go around the next way. So what you're doing with the drills is it's practicing that switch. It's practicing looking. And it's also telling you that if you screw up the first, cone turn, it's going to set you up for failure on the second one. You have to do a lot of skill resetting to get yourself around the next cone. So a straight line weave is a great example of that. If you go too fast for the first cone, you might make the second cone, you maybe make the third cone, but you just whiffed it on the fourth and fifth and sixth cone. So you really have to set yourself up from the beginning. And what's happening here is this rider was not set up. At this point, what you want to do is slow it down even more and almost reset yourself in the lane. Okay, so if I'm ever in this position, I'm like, oh crap, I do know that there's a turn coming up because this guy can actually see around the corner. I know there's a turn coming up. I'm going to switch over into the lane I'm supposed to be in, but then slow it down way too much. Like that's the point, slowing it down way too much and then making the turn. But if you try to just make the turn with the speed that you already have, keeping up with your buddies, you're going to be shot out to the side. You weren't set up. And it's an easy turn. Look how easy of a turn that is. But he wasn't set up. So right here, he's in the left lane, and he's just going straight. He crosses right over. He was going too fast, wasn't set up. Hey, some berries. Ooh, sun in the eyes. Okay, that's a factor. Can't see road hazards very well. What's coming up? Okay. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Ooh-wee. Yeah, sun in the eyes. It's gonna mess us up. We're not gonna be able to see through the corner. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty obvious. So slowing it down is gonna help out. You don't want to. I wouldn't want to slow down because sun, right? Because of the sun's in my eyes. But that's just the reality of things. You're out riding, you're coming home late at night, sun's in your eyes. This is just one turn out of 3 different directions you can be going without sun in your eyes. And you do have it here. So utilize the tools that you have. Put your head down if you have a dual sport helmet or a visor and look through the top of it. If you can't, make sure you're not getting close to this and you have a line here. So make sure you're not getting closer to this. Make sure you're not getting close to this. Try to stay somewhere in here. But one thing you could totally do is just slow it down. Just slow it down. Got very close. So did not panic though. This is really good. See how it just popped up out of nowhere almost? So he starts to see this. He could have went into brown stage. Okay, could have went into brown stage. Just could have straight up panicked, but he went into red stage, did something he had to do, and got himself out of there. Good job with the braking. All right, here we go. Extra sync. We have an uncommon thing. It's a green light. Why is nobody moving? Ooh, I think we've seen this one. Braking, having to downshift. It might have been an accident. I don't think I talked about this part. So we're coming up to here though. Okay, we're coming up to here. We see an intersection. As soon as we see that intersection, we're gonna go into orange stage. We're prepped and ready. We're covering the brakes. Okay, cool. From here, what I can see, it's a green light. So it's a green light. The vehicles in this lane are not going. A little bit uncommon. Okay, I'm coming up to an intersection. I'm already in orange stage, right? So I'm already prepped and ready. I perceived a hazardous situation. Remember, we're locating hazardous situations. Now we're assessing a relevant threat. That gut feeling came out. So for me, when I see 2 vehicles stopped at an intersection when it's green and they still haven't moved by the time I got close to them, something's going on. I'm going to come up to this intersection a little bit slower than I normally would and really find that escape path. We got something off to the right, we're good. So I'm already covering the brakes. I'm already seeing things because of the intersection. And now I see these vehicles. They're not a threat yet, because we're not having to navigate anything, but it's definitely a relevant threat. We're seeing if it is. So we're coming up to here. They haven't moved. Why haven't they moved? More than likely a fender bender got rear-ended, and then they're going to move off to the side. So people in these situations, I'm just going to explain kind of like what happened with them. is that they got into a rear end. Now their full focus is, am I hurt? Is my family hurt? Is my vehicle damaged? Okay, this person hit me. I know what I need to do. I need to get off to the side. They're not looking for their mirrors. They're not checking anything. They're just doing. And that's going to get you in trouble, especially, as a car driver and also as a motorcycle rider. So assume that people aren't really paying attention and you have to pay attention. That's why I want you guys using the color code chart with the MTC awareness stages. We have a link to the description for the MTC Rider Academy, but right here, that's probably what happened. Why would they jump across? But panic broke a little bit. Thankfully, ABS kind of kicked in. We did skid a little bit, but we kept it up, and that's what counts.